All right, let's take a look and start right here by understanding these two teams. I like the whiteboard. Really similar how college NFL coaches go about it as well. Just understanding exactly who these teams are. Okay, points per game. Bengals fifth in the NFL, 27.9. Cowboys 21st, but it's over 20. Look at the points per game allowed. Exactly 28.3 for both teams, tied at 31st in the NFL. Time of possession, not good for either of these teams. But number one passing offense in the NFL for the Bengals, 27th pass defense in the NFL for the Bengals. Cowboys, 10th and 10th. 31st and 31st. Say what you will. The boys are consistent. That's exactly who they are. Rushing offense for the Bengals, not great. Rushing defense, not great as well. All right, let's flip it over to understand these offenses that we're going to see tonight. So, all right, there's a kid named Joe Burrow. You might have heard of him. He's pretty good. All right. This guy can make any throw in the NFL, right? Every game can look different based upon the teams and the defenses that he's facing. So there's not one similar set. All right. And he's not afraid to throw it. 70 yards, 20 yards, 10 yards, 1 yard. All right. But take a look at the Cowboys secondary right here. This is a good pass defense, and they're getting healthy as well. They're much better deep than they are short. So I expect to see Joe Burrow, all right, utilizing that. Look at that line of scrimmage there last week against, who was that? Yes, the Steelers, all right? Big high-scoring game. He was throwing 5 yards and in, and then to expand when he needs to. But notice the red dot on the bottom left, all right? Joe Burrow gets into trouble behind the line of scrimmage. Short passes is where he gets into trouble with interceptions. Flip it over here and take a look at Burrow's chart where he's going to get in trouble. Short left, okay? That could be an issue. Keep an eye on that one, all right? Burrow is ridiculously good deep. We're not even putting it deep middle because he's that good. Look at those numbers. And he's got the wide receivers to do it. But intermediate middle, that's where quarterbacks get into trouble because that's where they generally throw off of a back foot. Same thing with intermediate right. Now, the game scripts for the Bengals, understand this because this team can get weird on you. And what I mean by it is this. They could throw it 50 times a game. They could run it 40 times a game. They can change drive by drive by drive. They're good enough to do it. They've got the running backs. They've got the tight ends. They've got the quarterback. They've got the wide receivers. All right. But what they're going to want to do, find control in the run game. Use Chase Brown. Okay. Dictate the pace, dictate the game, and score. The biggest problem is that the Dallas Cowboys defense can sack your ass, all right? Avoid the sacks. Throw the ball away. If they're bringing the rush, you throw it right at the rush short. And offensive line holding calls. That's where the Bengals will get into trouble tonight. If they start racking up holding calls because Burrow is under pressure, all right? That leaves you behind the sticks, and it's really, really hard to move down the field. So what he needs to do is punish the blitz deep. When Dallas brings heat, you make them pay for it, all right? And then when they drop guys back, all right, that's when you run the football and you throw it short. You just keep ping-ponging them all night. And hard counts. Dallas, where they get into trouble penalty-wise, all right, it's offsides. Use hard counts. You're going to see Joe Burrow, you're going to see him do it to draw guys offsides, especially 3rd and 5 and shorter. 3 out of 5 stars for Burrow to throw a pick. Now, flip it over here to Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush the last few weeks has been throwing way more than he normally does. Yardage really hasn't gone up too terribly much, but he has been throwing both with attempts and his completions. Bengals secondary, not great short, but they can make you pay deep if you get into trouble. All right. Again, this is a 10 yards and in offense, and that is by design. He will throw it over the middle because CeeDee Lamb is arguably the best slot receiver in the NFL to go across the middle, whether he's catching it short or whether he's running a transcontinental route. And what I mean by that is going from the left across the middle all the way deep right. CeeDee Lamb can do it better than anybody. Flip this thing over. Cooper Rush. Gonna have some trouble tonight. Throw it deep left. Don't do it. Don't throw it across your body. Intermediate left. Don't throw across your body. All right. Intermediate middle. Again, do not make a mistake throwing it over the middle. And the same deal. And I can knock these bots out right while we're breaking it down because Cooper Rush is going to have to do 2 to 3 things at one time, understanding because this Bengals defense will bring heat as well, especially against you. What they're going to do is say, you're not running the football at all. We are going to make you, Cooper Rush, beat us in the air. Short right, watch a route getting jumped, and it can be taken to the house. All right, flip it over to the script here of what Dallas needs to do. Blend the run game with the short passes. All right, you've been running the ball well. Keep doing it. You've got to find a way to do it, okay? Exploit pass interference calls. Absolutely watch for this tonight. The Bengals defense gets into serious trouble with pass interference calls. That is where Dallas can find big chunks, and especially on third down when they need it. All right, Cooper Rush, slow the game down, use the clock. Your best defense against Joe Burrow is your offense and keeping him off the field. Joe Burrow is a Ferrari. You are a lawnmower, but understand it. Everyone needs a good lawnmower, all right? Slow and steady wins this race. Pass attempts, watch for them to be up tonight, especially if they get behind, especially if the Bengals defense can pin its ears back and come after him, because he'll throw the ball away a lot, and you could steal a nice prop bet on pass attempts over by him doing it. 3.5 stars for Cooper Rush to throw pick.